Hello and welcome to this episode of A Build a Day. This one is slightly different because we're in an actual world, an actual Minecraft world rather than the flat world that we're usually in. And that is because today is the 11th of November, the anniversary of the armistice that ended World War One. I presume you all know that, but there you go if you didn't. So I sort of wanted to commemorate that by doing this build. So in the center there we've got the memorial. I couldn't really think of another symbol to use other than a cross. But basically this memorial will now I'll build some poppy fields around it, it's sort of we're employing some of the techniques that we've been using recently. Some of the path sort of style, the bushes along the sides of the path, which helped sort of denote where the fields went. This cow got in my way, so I killed it. Kind of a bit morbid on today, but anyway, we move on. I think in hindsight, I think I could have done this build better because there's a lot of, as you'll see at the end of the video, there's a lot of just sort of empty space nearby, and it kind of looks like somebody copy pasted it in. So I think in hindsight, I would have probably changed that. But it does look quite good. I'm pretty happy with it. It looks quite good in the end. The poppies, just what a pop of colour. That is, when you get like really close up to the build, the sort of colour palette is very drab. There's obviously a lot of green, but there's browns, there's obviously the grey of the monument, and sort of the dark green of the birch leaves that I'm using. And the poppies are a real pop of really vibrant colour, and I really like that. But basically all I'm doing here is just making some paths, make them a bit wonky, add some texturing, hedges around it, broken up so it doesn't look just placed there. And now we start the poppies. This took so long to do. I think if I'd made it bigger, that would have been a grind to get the poppies in. But I did these ones, didn't really know where to end some of them, so you'll see I just sort of create like a line, and then we go back in and sort of close off the fields. But it looks, I look at that, the colour that the poppies give you. I think I'll be using them a lot more, but that is basically the build currently. I sort of took a look back and realised that I needed some sort of hedges closing it off, which sort of incidentally gave it the feeling of it being placed in the world, like somebody copy pasted it, as I said earlier. So that was, it was a positive and negatives to it. If I'd followed the terrain though, I think it would have looked better. But hey ho, you live and learn. And that's what we're about over here. We're about learning. There was a couple learning experiences during this build actually. Built some trees. That one you can't really see. They're quite subtle little trees. They don't like distract. They're not too big, like the one in the background, which I think is too big. But they're also, you know, not too small where they look like bushes. So they're decent sizes. Some green, more green. I used acacia leaves and azalea leaves, and that worked quite well actually. And then back here we just sort of add some vanilla trees and just bone meal the place up. I removed all of the grass and stuff beforehand with World Edit to basically have ease of placing poppies. I removed too much grass, so I bone mealed it back in. I left all the flowers, sort of created like a wildflower meadow, which I quite like the look of. But the video is now over. Enjoy the cinematics, and I will see you tomorrow.